Hello students, welcome to our English language class. So students, our today's topic is lesson number 3, The Tale of the Turnip, written by Olive Gayford. Okay, so today we will learn this chapter. Okay, Tale of the Turnip. Students, turnip means, in Hindi, turnip means it's a shalgam. Okay, let's begin our chapter. Once upon a time, there lived a little old man, a little old woman, a little girl, a black and white cat, and a wee grey mouse. Okay, students, once upon a time, there was one old man, old woman, little girl, a black white cat, and a wee grey mouse. Here, wee means WEE. Wee means very small, okay, in size. They all lived together in a little house down. Here, they all lived in a small house, okay, under a hill. They live in a hill station in their house. One day the little old man said to his wife, yes, that I am going into the garden to sow a seed. Okay, this old man said to his wife, means here it is old woman, okay, that he is going into the garden to sow a seed. Okay, a seed, said his wife. What kind of seed? His wife asked. What kind of seeds you are going to sow? Okay, then a turnip seed, replied the little old man. Then the old man replied that I am going to sow a turnip seed. Okay, so he took his spade and went to sow his turnip seed. Okay, so this old man took, here spade means the tools which are required to dig the mud. So a spade means digging tools. Okay, he dug a wee hole and he popped the seed in. What did the old man do here in the garden? The old man dug a wee small. Here we have just studied the meaning of wee, that it is very small. Okay, small hole, and then he popped the seeds in the hole. Okay, students. There he said to himself, I have sown my seed. Okay, here who is telling to himself? Yes, here the old man is saying to himself only. Okay, now I must water it to make it grow into a fine big turnip. He is thinking, he is saying to himself in his mind only that I have sown the seeds. Yeah, but for to grow the turnip, big turnip, I need to water them regularly. Okay, so each morning the little old man went out to water his turnip seed, and each day the sun shone down on the little seed and it began to grow. Okay, so you all know that to grow a tree we need water and sun rays. Okay, so here the old man gives regularly the water needed by the turnip to grow, and the sun is also giving his rays. Okay, so it grew and it grew and it grew means slowly and gradually now the seeds are coming out and they started growing. It grew until it was as big as the old man's head, and it still grew, and it grew until it was twice as big as the old man's head. What happened here? Here, grew is the past form of the grow. If we are saying that something is growing now, if in present we use grow, but something has grown in past, we say grew. It has grew. Okay. So grew is the past form of the grow. Here, after watering, the turnip grows the twice of this old man's head. Okay, when it measured 3 times as much as the old man's head. Now the tree has grown bigger, thrice of this old man's head. Okay, the old man said to his wife, "Today I am going to pull out the turnip, but a big pot of fire and get some water boiling, and we all have boiled turnip for dinner." So one day, students, this old man told to his wife that today he is going to pull out the turnip and they will have it in the at the dinner. So he ordered his wife to put a pot on the fire and boil some water for the turnip. Okay. The little old man got a pot, the biggest pot she could find, and she filled it with water and put it on the fire. And the little old man went out into the garden to pull up the turnip. He took hold of the turnip and he pulled and he pulled. Okay, but he could not pull up the turnip. Here, the old woman was making things ready. She's arranging for a biggest pot. Okay, and she found it and filled it with the water and she put it on the fire and get ready whatever his old man told to her. Okay, now old man goes into the garden and he tried to pull out the turnip, but the turnip could not come out. Okay, so the little old man called the little old woman. Wife, come and help me pull up the turnip. So old man called his wife to help him. Okay. Now the little old woman took hold of the little old man and they pulled, but they could not pull up the turnip. Here the old woman is coming and he is tightly holding his husband, and they both are now trying to pull out the turnip, but it doesn't work. Okay, then the little old woman called the little girl. The little girl, come and help us to pull up the turnip. So here the little girl took hold of the little old woman, and the little old woman took hold of the little old man, and they pulled, but they could not pull up the turnip. Here the old little girl also took hold of that old woman, and three of them tried to pull the turnip, but it doesn't work. So now the little girl called the another family member, and that was the black and white cat. Little cat, will you come and help us pull up the turnip? So the girl asked the cat for the help. Okay. Now the black and white cat came running into the garden, and the black and white cat took hold of the little girl. Okay. The little girl took hold of the old woman, and the old woman took hold of the old man. Or they all pulled and they pulled and they pulled, but they could not pull up the turnip. So students, see in this picture, first the old man is pulling, then his wife, that one old woman, then a cat, then a girl, and then finally a cat is there. The four of them were trying to pull the turnip out, but they couldn't. So one more family member was left, student. So they called them. Then the black and white cat called the wee grey mouse. Wee grey mouse means the very small grey mouse. The cat called the mouse. Wee grey mouse, come and help us pull up the turnip. Okay, so he also joined here. The wee grey mouse come running out of the house, and wee grey mouse took hold of the black and white cat. The black and white cat took hold of the little girl, and the little girl took hold of the little old woman, and the little old woman took hold of the little old man, and they pulled and they pulled and they pulled, and at the last come up the turnip. Okay, from this one message is given: if all the family members are doing same work with full energy, they get success in that, because they all are together. Okay, so here is the unity is the strength. Okay, let's see further. The little old man fell on the top of the little old woman. Then what's happened after pulling that? Here the old man, the old woman, the little old woman fell on the top of the little girl. The little girl fell on the top of the black and white cat, and the black and white cat fell on the top of the wee grey mouse. They fall behind each other on, okay, here. So but they had pulled up the turnip. Okay, now they all got up and they took the turnip indoors. Indoors means inside. Okay, so after pulling out the turnip, they went for cooking that turnip, okay, inside the house. It was so heavy that they could hardly lift it, and it measured 3 times as much as the old man's head. वो ओल्ड मैन से 3 times बड़ा था. Okay, after measuring it, when they got it indoors, means when they brought the turnip inside the house, the little old woman cut it up and put it into the big pot of boiled water, and they all had boiled turnip for dinner. Okay, students, hope you understood this chapter, the tale of the turnip. Okay, bye.